Mystery Brothers. Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
All right.
Mystery Brothers.
Welcome to another episode.
Another episode of Mystery Bros. I don't even know what, 18 or 19 or something what we're on right now, but yeah, so today we are going to talk about the Fermi Paradox.
Yes, another very theoretical one.
Yeah, a lot of like ideas and theories and stuff in this one. There really isn't like a ton of like factual stuff.
No.
So this is just going to be another like super crazy tangent episode, but it's a fun thing to talk about and a fun thing to think about, the Fermi Paradox. Since you know we love aliens so much.
Right.
Here at Mystery Bros.
And this one we're talking about what if we're alone?
Yeah, we're talking about just aliens, you know, aliens in general, where they at, what are they up to?
Is Bob Lazar a big fat
Why
liar?
aren't they hanging out with us? You know.
Yeah, why haven't they invited us to a barbecue?
But yeah, so we're gonna talk about the Fermi Paradox. I don't know if we'll have a mini this episode. We might just be going on crazy tangents for the whole episode here. So we'll figure out. There's gonna be like a mini or something. We'll get into that, but
Yeah, so kind of get started. So like the basic principle of it is, why don't we see life out there? Like where are the aliens?
yeah, like within our galaxy, like as far as we can tell,
We're
we
the
don't
only
see
ones.
any
Yeah.
other.
We have no evidence of other life.
Yeah, we don't see any other evidence of intelligent life or anything out there.
Yeah, so why? Why is that?
Because we know the universe is about 14 billion years old, right? Like
Correct.
It's like
And it's-
13.8 or something.
I think the observable universe right now is 900 billion light years across. So
It's insane.
that's insane.
900 billion?
Yeah. They say in the video I watched, they said for every grain of sand, there's 10,000 stars on Earth.
Wow.
That's how big
You said that weird. For every grain of sand on Earth,
yeah.
there's 10,000 stars.
Yeah. So if you go on the basic of the theory, if you look at our Milky Way galaxies, there's in our Milky Way galaxy alone, right? Because we have to break this down. If there's alien life outside our Milky Way galaxy, you most likely never know. Andromeda's 2 million years old. At least we know there's no intelligent life with radio communications from 2 million years ago, because I feel like we would have like heard it by now.
Yeah.
So we know that part. But so like everything outside of our Milky Way galaxy, we would never even know exist. Like it'd be hard to find it. Like they would have to come find us.
Yes.
We would have no way ever to detect it for the most part. But if you just look at our galaxy alone, there are estimates between 150 billion and 250 billion stars
Just in our galaxy? Wow. That's a lot.
Right. Out of 250 billion stars, 20% are like Earth-like suns, for the most part. And they say around 5% should have an Earth-like planet.
So that's like 25 billion, right?
Or something like that.
20% of 250 million or 250 billion. It's 25 billion, right? I'm pretty sure.
This is not do math. I got it written down. So out of the 5%, if there's just 5% of those Earth-like suns has like an Earth-like planet, and if just 1% of them had life, there should be a million planets out there with life on them in our own galaxy itself.
Okay.
So that's a lot of life forms.
Yeah, you'd think that.
You would see it around.
And so the Fermi Paradox was basically a question asking, why don't we see this life? Like, how rare is intelligent life?
How rare, like, why don't we see it around? Like,
yeah.
If I just like gave you some stat, like if just 0.01 of those, like all of those Earth-like planets had life, there should be a million life forms. Like, then where is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's like raises the question, like, so why don't we see that?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the evidence?
Why don't we see that just within our galaxy?
Yeah.
You know?
So that's like one of the questions they ask. And like SETI's been doing this other than the WOW signal, which we'll probably get into some other time.
We'll get into that a little bit today.
Yeah, we can get into that. They're basically saying we haven't really like found any radio transmissions.
Yeah. And SETI is SET. It's the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, right?
Yes.
That's what they're called, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Yeah, and they've been kind of just doing all they can to try and just see some sort of intelligent life or some sort of evidence,
like some sort of signal from anywhere.
Yeah. And then, like we said, we'll talk about the WOW signal later, but other than that, we haven't really found anything.
No. Like, no one's been broadcasting to us.
In what we can detect.
Yes. No one's been broadcast. No one's sending us anything. No one's listening.
Part of the podcast I was listening to earlier, they were saying that recently, like in the past couple of years, they think that they found some sort of like gravitational waves or something like that. I've heard
they found some strange sounds, but nothing provable yet that, oh shit, this is alien signal.
Yeah, this had to come from another intelligent life.
Right.
And yeah, it's insane. Like you said, there should be millions of different species just within our galaxy, and we see nothing. You know, I mean, here's the thing: if they were at our level of intelligence, we probably wouldn't be able to see them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If they're just at our level, but they can't be using radio waves to communicate. Because otherwise you would have heard it.
Because we would have seen that.
Heard it. Anything in our galaxy. Like, I mean, our galaxy is 100,000 light years across. So, like, anything in the last 100,000 years, we haven't heard anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, on its way, right?
Right. I mean, if there's someone, like, where I think we're like on one side, kind of on the edge-ish. Last time I've like checked when they kind of thought where Earth was, a little bit on the edge. If somebody on the other side is like at the same time of us, then there could be radio broadcast another 10 years away from hitting Earth. We just don't know.
It takes a long way for radio waves to travel through space. So as far as we haven't picked up anything yet, but you know,
we haven't picked up any ancient broadcasts. That's what we're saying. We haven't picked up anything ancient.
Real quick, like the size of like just our galaxy and then the universe itself and like the time frame of things is crazy. Like just humans in general have only been, you know, alive. Have only been on Earth for what, like a couple million years, like 2.5 million or something years, like just like the earliest types of humans. In the like in a galaxy, in a universe that's been around for 14 billion years, that's literally just like the blink of an eye, you know what I mean? So like there could have been crazy civilizations and crazy species that conquered entire galaxies like 2 billion years ago, but something happened, they got, you know what I mean? And so
we haven't been able to pick up any broadcasts from that.
Yeah.
But they're also, I mean,
it doesn't shock me.
I mean, they could just use different ways we don't know how people, maybe they don't communicate like us. Yeah. We don't know.
I don't think that deters me from thinking that there's other intelligent life out there. The fact that we haven't seen them yet or something.
Or heard or gotten any radio broadcasts. Yeah. I mean, it's a little interesting, I think. I mean, if you think about it, it's like so huge. How else are they communicating? I don't know, but
who knows?
They haven't hit our level of communication through I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Or they could just communicate some completely different way with something we haven't even figured out yet. You know what I mean?
Or maybe some frequency that we can't tune into, or maybe we don't even know how to make contact yet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of, we really don't know. It's just exploring the theory of where y'all at.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. And then
I mean, there's a theory out there a filter theory that we will destroy ourselves. So like every civilization just reaches a point where they just destroy themselves. They create this new technology like, hey, this is going to solve everything.
Yeah.
And we go in flames.
For us, it'll be like AI, that type of thing.
Or something like that.
AI machines. Yeah.
Or something like, or so we just like try to harvest some energy and just blows up the planet and we're all dead.
When you talk about aliens that, you know, have been able to travel to other planets and stuff like that, like a lot of people say that in order to like have enough energy and in order to be able to do all that and sustain your species, we have to build a Dyson sphere. You know what that is?
Yeah, to build around the sun.
Yeah, it's like some sort of like machine, some huge machine that you build that harnesses the energy of the sun, and you build it like around the sun. And as far as any stars that we can see, we can't really see anything like that. Or we have someone who's monitoring like the brightness of stars to like try and look for that kind of thing.
And we haven't found that.
We haven't noticed any of it yet, or we haven't been able to see any of it yet. But I mean, that's got to be a civilization that's millions of years more advanced than us, right? Like,
so there's 3 kinds of civilizations. Someone invented the Kardashev scale.
Okay.
So a type 1, we're not even on this list. We haven't made there. A type 1 civilization, which Kardashev calls a type 1 civilization, can harness all the energy from the planet. That means we can make the weather, we control the weather, we control everything on the planet. We can make it do what it wants. We have full control of our planet. We can harvest the energy completely from our planet. Mm-hmm. A type 2 civilization could harvest the energy from the solar system, like use Dyson sphere around the sun, be able to control the planets in their solar system. And then a type 3 civilization could control the galaxy, harvest energy from the galaxy. We probably wouldn't even know what a type 3 civilization, they'd probably be godlike to us, honestly.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, like, we've got to be millions of years away from even being a type 1 civilization, I feel like, right? Like,
in order to control the planet.
We couldn't even think about
controlling the weather.
Building. Yeah, or not. Yeah. I was thinking type 2. Because
type 2, yeah.
Type 2, we got to be millions of years from that, because we can't even fathom thinking of something to like build around this. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
I don't know. Maybe 20,000 years. How advanced are we?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's hard. You can never tell. Never say exactly. Like, we can barely get to fucking Mars. We can barely send a person in a spaceship to Mars. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think we're very close to being able to harness the energy of the sun, build something that can harness the energy of the sun. We have to build something that's literally bigger than the planet. That's fucking crazy. What are we going to build it out of?
Dude, there's plenty of asteroids. You could probably make like a huge
I don't know.
I have no idea.
What would we build it out of? I don't know.
That's their problem. That's not ours.
And then you think about, I think that we would somehow destroy ourselves before we got there.
So that's a big theory that maybe like all civilization just reaches a point where they just destroy themselves.
Yeah.
That
could be pretty possible, you know. So unless some sort of species grows up, like, unless they happen to have like a planet that's like just so much more perfect than Earth, where like all the resources are just like super available right there, you know what I mean? Then they could maybe get to a point where, you know, they're starting with like a head start. With Earth, it's like we have to like, it took us hundreds of thousands of years just to figure out how to use fire and then you know what I mean, and then like a million or so years before we started to figure out like how to use oil and shit, right? Like,
I mean, we're basically 5,000 or 6,000 years of a what you call a civilization.
Exactly,
like 6,000 years old.
Yeah,
like of a civilization.
Well, we've discussed that. I don't know. I think that we've had civilizations
mainstream scientists say,
as far as mainstream science says, there were no civilizations before 6,000 years ago. No.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to our Egypt episode if you want to learn more on what I think about that. I don't know. I think we've had civilizations for a couple, maybe like 50,000, 100,000 years.
Still, compared to the universe, that's nothing.
Compared to the time of the universe, yeah, that's absolutely nothing. So, who knows, man?
But it's an interesting theory, and the basis of this theory is also like, okay, if you're a civilization, let's say maybe Star Trek speed is not, you can't really travel like faster than the speed of light, or you can't do warp speed, or you can't do wormholes. Maybe that's not a thing. Maybe you are really, maybe the universe has like a time limit, like speed limit, where you really can't go faster than the speed of light. And if that's the case, it kind of sucks because it takes us 4.2 years for us to get to the nearest star, Alpha Centauri. And
how long? 4.2 million?
No, 4.2 years.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like that long, but it's not like.
But we can't even like.
That's light speed.
We can't even do that in a spaceship. And then.
Right now, it says it would estimate us. We don't have the the fuel capacity to do that.
Yeah.
But if we could maintain our fastest speed that we currently do right now, it'd take us around 30,000 years.
That's way too long. We'd have to build a self-sustaining ship where people can be.
But that's the thing, though. Even if we can only travel, let's say 20% of the speed of light, or not like something comparable to that. Yes, like taking thousands of years to get to places is not convenient, but over millions of years, you should be able to still colonize the whole galaxy. So why don't we see that? That's another.
Well, it had to have been done. It had to be closer to our time. You know what I mean? Like that could have already been done. As far as we know, someone could have done that. A plant, like a species, could have done that to all the planets around us.
And just got wiped out.
And just left. They took everything they needed and then they left. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. But currently right now, it doesn't look like there's I don't know how much we can really detect, but
there's no one there. Yeah. As far as we see. Yeah. But like I was trying to say, like our time frame, our reference of time frame is so small. It's such a tiny little window. You know what I mean?
Right. Basically what the theory is going to say, like if we could just theoretically travel 20% of the speed of light, so 1/5 the speed, in 2 to 3 million years, we could colonize the whole Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
And it just takes one civilization to do that. It just takes one civilization to venture out and say, let's go colonize. And over millions of years, you should be able to accomplish that. Like, you remember, our galaxy, like, for a million years in the galaxy isn't really that much long.
Not much time at all.
So we don't see that. So, like, a civilization 30 million years and more advanced to us has not, like, colonized our Milky Way as we know right now.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? You're right. There could be, like, in the past, like, it could have been life all over when the Romans were around. We just don't know.
Yeah, it could have happened. Who knows? Or even before humans were even around. It could have, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before humans were even, but there was not even any life at all on Earth that could have been happening. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe aliens annihilated the dinosaurs.
Possible.
It's a little out there, though.
That was, 65 million years ago to 300 million years ago ish, right? Like the dinosaur period.
65 million, yeah. That's when they say the asteroid hit.
Yeah. But that whole time, I think like there's dinosaurs all the way from like
300 million years.
Yeah, what if do we consider dinosaurs intelligent life? I don't know. No, we don't.
Intelligent life, what you consider intelligent life is like humans. Like, they can build stuff, we can travel. They have the more capacity to think. Dinosaurs are more like reptiles.
Yeah. What if there's a ton of different? What if there's just like a ton of like planets with like dinosaurs and that type of shit going on? That'd be kind of cool.
There could be. Like, I mean, and we would have no way to detect that if that's the reality.
Yeah.
And that's another theory that maybe intelligent life is really hard to create. That's also a theory. Maybe it's just really hard. It's just really rare, like more rare than we think.
Yeah.
And they could just be very sparse. Like one could be like 10 billion light years away, another 20 billion years. You don't know.
Yeah. I just feel like it's so crazy to think that we're the only species in the entire universe, or at least our galaxy.
Galaxy, right?
Like, that's insane.
Well, here's another theory. What if we're the first?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're the first, then that means we're the only ones, at least right now. So it's like,
I mean, there had to be a first.
Yes, yeah.
Someone was out there and like, there's no one else out here. The first civilization has the advantage of everybody else.
Like I said, I think we're still millions of years from even becoming like a type 2.
Are we gonna even be in human form?
I think we're
in 2 million
at
years?
least 100,000 years from being a type 1 civilization where we can like control Earth. I don't even know if that's possible.
They control earthquakes, control patterns.
Yeah.
They estimate 4,000 to 6,000 years will be there.
What makes them estimate that? That's crazy.
Because they're the rate of new technology being developed.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the 17th century is when like technology really started to like start booming.
Yeah.
Because like in the last like 300, 200 years, we made like huge technological leaps.
Yeah.
Before that, it was very slow. Like from like 900, 1000, you wouldn't really notice like a difference really.
Yeah. If you ask me, I think that humans are going to wipe ourselves out before we get to become a type 1 or a type 2 civilization. You know?
Well, that's what they also say. It's very critical for us to like leave Earth, like be more colonies around our solar system, so that we'd have less chance of that happening. I feel like once you set up colonies like on a couple different stars, it'd be very hard to wipe us out.
Yeah.
There'd have to be like some just like
there'd have to be some other sort of interplanetary species that
just wipes us out.
Do it. Once we leave Earth and we have other colonies on other planets, then yeah, that definitely helps. But we're so far from that.
Right.
We can't even imagine how we could set up life on Mars or anything you know what I mean? And that's the closest fucking planet to us.
I think like they have ideas of terraforming it, and doesn't
but we have no idea how to do it.
Yeah, doesn't Elon Musk want to like put 1 million people on Mars by like he says there'll be 1 million people in like 100 years living on Mars?
No. But he doesn't have any actual way to do it right now.
No, he just says that. If
humans take a spaceship to Mars and get out of the spaceship, we're dead. Like, we can't live on Mars. You know what I mean?
No, but like you were saying, creating a bubble, and like we could have a civilization create like a huge
we'd
bubble.
have to completely change the atmosphere, completely change like. You know
I know,
what I mean?
but that takes hundreds of years. But we could like create like a bubble, like a glass, and just live in like a glass bubble or dome.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be very big for at least right now. We would have to figure out. You know, we have to first get fucking people there.
Yeah.
We can't even do that yet.
Yeah, we have not done that. That's the first step we have to do.
Yeah, like and we haven't even done that, and we can't even do that right now. So
we can send rovers.
Yeah, but that doesn't help unless the rovers can change the atmosphere, or change things like, you know what I mean?
So maybe it's a humbling experience. Maybe like all what'd you call them? All intelligent life is like, are we alone in the universe? Look up at the stars. Like, are we alone? And then just wipe themselves out and never get to meet each other.
Yeah.
That's a very dark theory, but It could be that happens, that like civilizations just destroy themselves.
They always get to a point where
Yeah.
they end up destroying themselves before being able to have the technology and the ability to leave their planet.
Right.
Who knows?
That's what they're saying, that like maybe we found like ancient ruins somewhere. It would be devastating, because that means like there's probably a filter ahead of us that we don't know about.
Yeah.
There's also a theory, a very dark theory, that there could be like a Type 3 civilization out there just monitoring us and just like, all right, once they become too powerful or once they start getting some technology, let's just wipe them out. And so they could just be like monitoring every civilization, just like wiping them out, like as soon as they be like kind of like the police control.
There could be some, the Milky Way galaxy might just be a galaxy where there just isn't very much going on. So all the other aliens and all the other species just stay away. They know, like someone came and explored back, when ancient Egyptians were around or something, or you know what I mean? Like, or even millions of years before that, they came around and explored our galaxy and found out that there's just nothing here, Well,
that's another thing. Maybe that's like a lot, like maybe it's suburbanized. What you say, like maybe like there's a part of space like teeming, like full of life, and there's other parts like that are just like nothing out there. Why go explore? Like
exactly. So nobody comes here.
Yeah.
And then we just happen to have, the miracle of life happen on Earth.
Yeah.
So, like I said, like back in like ancient Egyptian times, aliens could have came to our galaxy and like checking things out, and we just didn't know because we weren't, we couldn't figure that out back then. Or it could have been, like I said, before humans were even around.
Right.
They came around and checked around the galaxy and was like, yeah, there's not a ton of resources here. What if, in other galaxies in the universe, like billions and billions and billions of light years away from us, like there's solar systems that are just full of energy everywhere. So, and you know what I mean? And like, it's free, it's available to all the species around, like in abundance.
Like a galactic civilization, like a galactic empire.
A crazy civilization that goes over because their galaxies are just so much better suited for life than ours, and we just happen to get stuck in this shitty galaxy and just nobody comes here because they're like, there's nothing over there, don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's not much life there. There's like maybe a few here and there.
And every once in a while a species decides to come over here and check it out, and that's why we see UFOs and stuff, man, because they're like, we still go to the outback sometimes, you know what I mean? In Australia, the outback, it's like humans can't live there. There's so many like crazy species that'll kill you, and like there's nothing out there. There's no water, all that kind of stuff. But people still go there and like camp and check it out sometimes. Every once in a while we get a little visitor and they stop by. And
there's another theory out there that maybe it's like Star Trek. Maybe they're like, all right, leave them alone. Don't interact with their society. We give them the technology that will kill them because they don't know how to use that technology yet. They're not advanced enough. Let them figure it out by themselves. So they're just observing us.
Yeah.
They don't want to interfere or like mess with us, like saying, let them figure it out how to make this stuff. We can't give them technology, otherwise they'll destroy themselves.
Yeah. We have to get there on our own first, and then
and then we'll let you in.
Welcomed into the galactic, Federation.
Could you imagine we reached like some point and like a whole bunch of alien ships come up and like
good job. Good job. You finally made it. They've been watching us this whole time. We're Earth, the reality show.
Dude, I would totally watch a reality show of like a different
planet.
On a different planet. Like these is how they live on different planet.
Right. That'd be crazy. Who knows that? What if that's fucking happening, dude? How insane is that?
Here we go. We have humans fighting over stupid wars.
There's been other theories about like Earth being seeded. You know what I mean?
Like some colonizing ship came.
Yeah, like some other species from some other galaxy or something came out here and basically like either created our life here, or they came and seeded Earth with their life, and it grew and it became, you know what I mean? And maybe and that's what we are, is we're actually from another planet.
True. Maybe we're a lost like colony ship that crashed here, man. What if we just like came from And this is probably not what happened, but what if we were just like a ship that crashed into like a rock and just got stranded like a bunch of like people and I feel
On
like,
Earth, you mean? Like
yeah.
it crashed on Earth? Possible. And we just lost that information with time because
yeah, maybe that was Atlantis
happens.
and go ahead, I'm getting out here, but it's it's crazy to think about because there's like all sorts of possibilities. Like if you really think about this,
Yeah.
and also like going back to your theory where like there's maybe more parts of it colonized and not colonized. I mean, getting like I don't know if I used the best example here, but I'm going to use this example.
That's all right.
So like one of the examples, like as children, like how like children are taken away, right? But like we made it through children because like the probability of us getting taken away young is that we would be kidnapped is low. But that happens.
Yeah.
So maybe there's other alien civilizations out there that like conquer and destroy and kill all the civilizations. But space is so huge, it's just like a low percent of chance that they'll find us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there could be all sorts of like.
I mean, there could be right now. There could have been going on for the past millions of years a civilization that has figured out how to travel between there, and they've just been going around in the other end of the universe, like destroying civilizations or all that kind of stuff. And could take them another million years to get to us. You know what I mean? It could have been happening.
There's like space is huge. Like you don't know.
Anything is possible here. That's the, you know what I mean? That's crazy. That's what makes it crazy.
I actually do think there probably are some alien species out there that are very aggressive and do that, but it's just so huge that the probability of them finding us is just very, very, very low.
Yeah.
And that could be like a reason why we're
there's just so much to talk about when it comes to this type of shit, where possibility of aliens, all that kind of stuff. It's like, it's just crazy.
Because space is so huge. Like
the universe is fucking enormous.
That's why I'm saying, like, and then again, going off that theory that maybe just even to observe us, maybe space is just so huge that just would you take even just to like just watch, like just even find us is just it's hard.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like if there are aliens like visiting Earth, like UFOs, I feel like they're probably like around this area. Would you say so? How else would you find us?
Species, you mean?
Yeah.
Like if there was a...
Like the ones that explore Earth.
I feel like if there's the UFOs we see are another species.
Yeah.
You think that they're close by?
Would you think they're close by?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they've talked about with a lot of, UFO stuff, really, when we talk with Bob Lazar stuff, which is starting to look a lot more real in the past while, that the Pentagon is starting to admit that they have.
Oh, we're going to get into that.
UFOs and all that kind of shit.
We'll get into that.
What he explained is they were able to manipulate space. They were able to manipulate gravity, space-time.
But he said they were from Zeta Reticuli, which is in our galaxy.
That's within our galaxy?
Yeah.
Probably not that far away.
No. We can see the stars. So what I'm saying is they probably have to be like around here. Otherwise, how would you find us? Like, how would you even know we exist?
Yeah.
Unless they're just like explore galaxy to galaxy. Like, what's in this galaxy? What's in this galaxy?
Mm-hmm. It's possible.
And just like have like a radio, like just listen. Like, all right, you hear anything? Like maybe they have like a radio.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't know, man. We just don't. There's so much we just don't know about all this stuff, like about being able to go to other planets and all that kind of stuff. We can't even fathom that yet. So thinking about a civilization that can just travel between galaxies, that's just insane.
No. And it's saying like a species that advanced, if they ever wanted to conquer us, like we're toast.
Yeah, exactly. Like
there's no like Independence Day.
We couldn't
like
stop them.
Independence Day is not like that could not happen. I feel like it wouldn't even be a
Will
fight.
Smith
I feel like it would just be like beep.
But I don't know the energy it would take to just destroy a planet.
They say they probably would send robots or like nanobots to just like come and just like take everything apart.
Who knows, man?
It's crazy. So what do you think, man? Like, if you think of the Fermi Paradox, do you think there's some legitimacy to it? Like, you think maybe, like, why aren't they out there? Maybe.
No. Like I said, I think that, I don't know if we even know it, but I think that, like, our ability to, like, see, I don't even think that we're that far advanced into that yet. Like, I think, you know, I think there's definitely other species that have been to this galaxy and have done this kind of stuff. We just can't figure it out. We just don't see it, you know?
What, do you think there's like 1 million planets in our galaxy right now with life?
I don't know about 1 million, but I think a lot. Probably a lot, and we just don't know.
Do you think intelligent life is hard?
Yeah, I think intelligent life is rare, you know, like intelligent like us, I think, you know, like
humans.
Yeah, like I was saying, like that. I bet you there's a lot of planets out there that have like other forms of life on them, but they're just not intelligent. I think intelligent life. I still think there's a lot of intelligent life, but I just think it's so few and far between that there's no one.
So you do not
anywhere near us that we can see.
So you think it's far less than 0.01% of Earth-like planets have
intelligent life?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
probably.
We're very rare exception.
Yeah, like I said though, I still think there's a lot out there. We just don't see it.
I definitely think so too. I mean, space is so huge, and I think there's some valid points to this theory. Like, why don't we see like there's nobody like conquering or setting up colonies in the observable thing? That is interesting. I feel like that we just don't see it or it's not coming to us.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of explanations of why that could not be happening.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just an interesting theory to look at because right now, as we see, like he's right in saying like there's nothing out there that transmit like we do or that's out there right now colonizing or they haven't found this galaxy, our solar system. But yeah, I think it's like an interesting point to look at. I do think there's definitely alien life out there. It could be very hard it could be very hard for it to appear because otherwise even if 0.01% had life, that means there'd be 1 million life forms in the galaxy. That's like a huge number. I feel like
but our galaxy is fucking huge.
Yeah. So I don't think it's that. I think it's a little more rare than that.
Not much though. I still think there's a lot and stuff. I just think that
I'm saying intelligent life.
Same, yeah. I'm just saying, like, the galaxy is fucking enormous, and it's been around for so long that, we don't...
Yeah, and I think most of the theories basis going off of the transmit, like, they're just basically saying, like, we don't hear anything. No one's sending us messages on the way we communicate.
Yeah.
Why is that happening?
We might communicate like little idiots. Radio waves, an advanced civilization that's been around for, couple like millions and millions of years, they probably don't even know what radio waves are anymore.
I know, but we should have heard their ancient radio waves if they were like millions of light years away.
They don't need radio waves.
I know, but they had them at some point. So
how do you know? What if they
so we don't
lucky
know,
and they figured something out, like skipped radio waves, never had to use them,
Check the frequency, yeah.
Yeah. I bet you there's some sort of galaxy out there where the galaxy is just super abundant in like resources and like species or civilizations were able to advance so much quicker than we can on Earth. And you know what I mean? There could be like, so they skipped over radio wave, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff, like, or they went straight to like simulating,
Right.
What if some species get to a point where they can create a simulated reality before they get to the point where they can colonize other planets?
Well,
so people just do that.
Yeah, that's another theory. Like they have like a little thing around a red star, and like, why would you want to go travel to space if you could live your best life in the simulation?
Yeah,
dude?
If you could create some sort of simulated life that's better than, that's your ideal life.
Yeah, if you could just like make your life whatever you want and it like seems real to you, like I'm good at seeing Mars, dude. I'm good at
if
like
you go colonize other planets, dude. You figure out how to become one with technology, one with that kind of stuff.
I don't even know if we'll even be in human form if we're around 2 million years. Like, will we even be in human form?
Who knows, man? Yeah, we might be just fucking cyborgs, dude. We'll figure out how to transfer.
Or we just like upload our consciousness into something.
I feel like when you get to that stage, right? When we get to the stage of where we're basically like cyborgs, like we're like consciousness that we've been able to put into machines, then we'd be able to explore universes and shit, right? Once we become basically like conscious machines, then we're not limited to needing a planet where there's like super specific, like atmosphere, that kind of shit. That shit won't matter anymore because we won't need to breathe. You know what I mean? We'll just be machines with consciousness. So that way, like, I feel like then you could just like, go and explore the entire universe.
I feel like that'd be
however long it would take, but you could go do it.
Yeah.
There could be a fucking civilization doing that right now. Like I was saying, there could be a civilization doing that right now that have been doing that for the past million years, and they're not even anywhere near us, and they won't even be for a long, long time. You know what I mean? So
I think that'd be a crazy time, though, if you get to the point where you could upload yourself. I think there's gonna be a lot of pushback by humans,
like upload your consciousness into a machine,
like leave your body. Like I feel like
that's crazy.
I feel like that'd be a crazy time to live through.
I feel like at that point we would have to go colonize other planets because there wouldn't be enough space for everybody on Earth. Well, that basically means like nobody dies. Like when you die, you can just upload your consciousness into a machine and be around forever again. That'd be crazy, dude. And like there'd be people that have been around for 1,000 years.
I feel like eventually you're like, dude, I'm just tired of this shit, dude. It's been like 2 million years. Like, I want to know what death is. But maybe that's what it is, dude. What if we like have like, like we try to go colonize another planet and there's like a civilization there and we like travel like 30,000 years? That would suck.
And we found a civilization already there.
Would you like conquer it if we're more advanced? Would you be like, all right, you live over...
at least check it out.
I've always wondered that, Evan. If we came really advanced and we wanted something from another planet, would we just go take it? And if there was like some like aliens that like, no, don't take this from us, would we just go take it if we were just more advanced?
Probably.
Be like what we did to the Indians?
Probably.
I think so too. I think we haven't learned, dude. I don't think we would be at this point.
But we're so far from that, Earl. We're so far from even being close to that. So who knows?
But I've always thought, like, would we be at a better point of like more understanding, more like less about war, more peaceful, or would we still be
maybe it depends on,
or would we still be on our colonizing ways how we did back 200 years ago? We would just be like, if we want that, fuck you aliens, like we'll take it.
I don't know. Like if we get to another planet and there's like dinosaur type creatures walking around, but there's so much like iron there that we want to like just mine and take. Yeah, we just probably take it.
No, I'm talking about like another like intelligent life form that's not as advanced as us, and like putting up some resistance, putting up some like, don't take this, leave our planet. Would you just go like, fuck you, we're taking this?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like I deep down feel like we would do that. We would do that. We would just be like,
depends on how desperate we were. What if we needed it? What if our planet? What if the human species were going to go extinct if we didn't get more oxygen than we need to take from their planet or something?
Would you extinct another?
Sure we would.
Yeah, we would definitely extinct another species.
Yeah, fuck you guys, it's our oxygen. But
would
if
we
it was just like, oh, there's a bunch of gold on that planet and we want to like, I don't know if we would do it then. Like if it wasn't something that's necessary.
So it wasn't like maybe like we're less greedy then. Maybe we're not like, if we even have money, if that's even a thing.
But I think by the time we get to be able to travel to other planets, we'll have things a little more figured out, hopefully.
But I'm saying more like if it's... But what if we want it, but it's not necessary, but we want it? Would we just go take it?
I think that like before we get to the point where we're going to be like traveling space, I think we're going to do some sort of global thing is going to... Like humans are going to have to kind of just come together as humans before we get to that, I think. You know what I mean? Otherwise, we'll kill each other. Otherwise, we'll destroy ourselves. In my opinion.
Yeah, we're
not going to make it to the point where we can travel other planets if we don't figure out how to like
live together.
Live okay on a fucking this one planet that we do have together. Like,
would you think there would be a panic
if we made contact?
If we made contact,
I don't know about it. It depends. If it was like scary, like if they like tried to attack us.
If SETI found a radio signal, like they were broadcasting to us, would you be happy? Would you be scared? Would you be nervous? Would you be all of it?
No, I don't think I would care about that. I'd want to. We'd have to see it. They'd have to come to Earth for it to like hit a lot of people. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like I'd be very scared
if they came. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, if like Independence Day happened and like we were like, okay, we see a ship like within our galaxy coming our way, then I think people would start to get worried.
Yeah, if they wouldn't you get a little nervous if we say like, oh, there's like a huge spaceship coming our way?
Even if they were like, it's not going to be able to get here for another like 50 years, I think people would still be starting to get kind of worried. Like we'd be like,
I don't think they would tell us.
No, I don't think so either.
Maybe that's why they're releasing the ship.
Yeah, what if they know there's one on the way? They're like, okay, we see a huge spaceship that's like traveling through the galaxy, coming our way. It's going to be here in like 5 years. Let's like start letting people, let's ease people into the fact that there are aliens out there and then be like, hey, just so you know, they're coming. We see them. What if that happened, dude? What if they announced that?
In 2020,
crazy,
dude. What if they announced it in 2020? This would be the wildest year ever.
Moving so fast it would get here in like a year.
What if it just suddenly appeared like that? Like
they figure out how to like manipulate space time.
Yeah,
you can just like
people would freak out if there's just a spaceship just like appeared. We would like if people go to the grocery stores like buy everything. It would be crazy.
Yeah,
I think the best way to find out.
What would suck is like you and I just as a regular person. I feel like we wouldn't figure anything out for a while. You know what I mean? Yeah, if we saw a spaceship just like show up to Earth, we're gonna be the last ones to like know like they're trying to kill us or you know what I mean? Like all the government, like those.
Well, what if they don't even know, dude? The government probably doesn't know.
Exactly, but we wouldn't even know until they figure that out. You know?
But people would be panicked.
People would be going crazy.
So, like, I feel like the best way to find out would probably be SETI finding something.
I feel like I wouldn't be able to sleep.
I think that would be kind of scary, dude.
Yeah.
If like now thinking it,
a spaceship just showed up here on Earth, like a huge spaceship or something. What would we like?
It's like any second they could just go.
As far as we know, yeah.
It's definitely more interesting. I mean, the UFOs are definitely here. If there are UFOs here now, they're just observing us. I feel they're just like kind of seeing what's out here.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not trying to make contact right now.
So that's another kind of a theory going back to the Fermi Paradox. Maybe they haven't visited this planet because of sickness, diseases. Like as soon as they open up, you die because you're not immune. You don't know what other planet diseases has. Hell, we die of diseases on this planet. Like if we just opened up the door to another planet, we might just die instantly. Be hit by some disease that we don't even see.
Yeah, you mean like even if it had the perfect like amount of oxygen, all that stuff that we needed, we could just exactly.
Like how we wiped out like a lot of like natives that lived in Americas and because they didn't have the diseases we had in Europe and they were not immune to that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why they don't come and like visit because they would die.
Yeah. And they know that. So they don't. Yeah, it's possible.
There would have to be some kind of protocol once we visit other planets. Would we walk out just like in the movies? I feel like no, because I feel like it would be too dangerous.
Know.
I mean, would you just, if you crash land on a different planet, would you go explore the jungle or would you be too afraid to see what's crawling around?
I don't know, dude.
I'd be freaked out, like what kind of animals are there to kill you, dude?
What if you had a big-ass gun?
Would you go explore like a forest? Would you walk into a forest?
I don't know. If I had a big-ass gun, maybe.
But you don't know what kind of insects are, dude, trying to kill you.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Just stay in the ship the whole time? If you crash there, I mean, you got to figure out.
Go into the world. That would be kind of scary.
You got to explore and figure out, you know. But you and I, as Aurel and Evan, we're never going to other planets or anything.
Unless some aliens give us some technology that we can
aliens come down. This is the year for it. 2020 is like, come on down.
Yeah, dude, I'm like waiting for an announcement this year. That'd be the best. Like, yo, you guys want some spaceship? Like old spaceships we got like a whole bunch. Can we you want to do some donations? We're doing some donations this year. Do you want to take some spaceships?
What if they just come to Earth? They're like, all right, guys, here, just do this, and then you can take this shit. Like, what if they give us like a bunch of element 115 so that we can like manipulate gravity? And it's like, all right, guys, just come on. You can come be in the galaxy with everybody or be in the universe with everybody. What if that happened, dude? That'd be fucking awesome. Would you go to another planet?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I would. What if they're very similar to us, like biologically, and they could interbreed? How crazy would that be? What if just life can only happen one way and intelligent life is all humans, you know what I mean? But just from different planets.
So we all look the same?
So everyone, so we're like all the same. How crazy would that be?
That'd be really crazy.
Like there could be aliens here right now that we don't even know are aliens.
That just like look like us and just be walking around.
Like us.
I feel like that's hard because like, don't we like having like evolved? Haven't we looked... Haven't we changed how we looked? Like we probably didn't look this way 200 years ago.
Yeah, I mean they might have small differences and stuff, but we just chalk it up to like different differences among humans or whatever. But yeah, like what if there's all kinds of aliens here right now? They just
look exactly like us.
So they figure it out.
And there could be life that forms not maybe in the way like we like the environments that we have. Like life could form on different planets and totally extreme environments that we could never survive, but they can. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the reason they don't explore Earth because their environment. Maybe Earth looks awesome.
Earth has nothing for them. Yeah. Like Earth would be like Mars is to us.
Yeah.
Earth to them. Yeah, it's possible they can detect what's on. Maybe they figured out how to detect like whether there's certain like the way atmospheres look on other planets, and they're like, oh, we could never. Live on Earth, so why even go there? Or anywhere in this solar system, so why even go there? You know, it's possible. We've kind of predicted what atmospheres are like on certain planets around us somehow, right? So, like, I'm sure a super advanced civilization can.
Dude, they probably have like a star chart, like computer. Tell me what these planets.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
Yeah. We were just born at the time where there's not much exploration. We were born too late for the exploring of Earth and born too early to explore space. We're in that between time.
Mm-hmm. I wish we were born like 1,000 years later. You know? I wish we were born in the time like 3,000. I feel like by then we'll be getting a lot closer to this stuff. I feel like we probably lost a lot of people throughout this episode, but hey, we're just talking.
Yeah.
We're just talking about cool shit. We got real weird and theoretical and shit in this episode and like, what if this, what if all this kind of stuff, but it's just fun to think about.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting theory because it like just opens up all like ideas like, well, why this, why that?
If you want to get more scientific, look up, the Fermi Paradox, and there's all kinds of different videos of like scientists and stuff discussing it. We're just trying to give as many cool thoughts and stuff and theories as we could come up with.
Right.
So don't get all mad at us about, oh, that doesn't make sense, blah, blah. This is one of those episodes.
Next episode, we're definitely not doing something theoretical. We're going to do string theory next, right, Evan?
No. I don't know. What should we do next?
We'll surprise you. We'll
surprise you. But it won't be something as theoretical and hypothetical as what we just talked about. We'll get back to an actual subject. Yeah. Thank you guys for checking out the Mystery Bros. We'll be back next week. And peace out.
Peace out.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.
Mystery Brothers.